if I sound a little bit odd or anything like that, it's because I got that oral surgery done, and my jaw really hurts. I mean, I'm not crying hurting. It's not that crying hurting. It's just hurting. But anyway, I felt the need that I need to continue reading. Cannot abstain from spiritual food. Never says to fast your spiritual food, does it? No, it doesn't. So anyway, we are in the book of Proverbs, chapter 24. I will be reading out of the 1560 Geneva Bible. So here we go. Proverbs chapter 24. It is written. Excuse me, I'm so very sorry. Excuse me. Let me try that again. Proverbs chapter 24. It is written. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. For their heart imagineth destruction, and their lips speak mischief. Through wisdom is an house builded, and with understanding it is established. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man, a wise man is strong, for a man of understanding increaseth his strength. For with counsel thou shalt enterprise thy wear, and in the multitude of them that can give counsel is health. Wisdom is high to a fool, therefore he cannot open his mouth in the gate. He that imagineth to do evil, men shall call him an author of wickedness. The wicked thought of a fool is sin. I said that wrong. I'm so sorry, guys. The wicked thought of a fool is sin, and the scorner is an abomination unto men. If thou be faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Deliver them that are drawn to death. Wilt thou not preserve them that are led to be slain? If thou say, Behold, we knew not of it, he that pondereth the hearts, doth not he understand it? And he that keepeth thy soul, knoweth he not? Will not he also recompense every man according to his work? My son, eat honey, for it is good, and the honeycomb, for it is sweet unto thy mouth. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul, if thou find it, and there shall be an end, and thine hope shall not be cut off. Lay no weight, O wicked man, against the house of the righteous, and spoil not his resting place. For a just man falleth 7 times, and riseth again, but the wicked fall into mischief. Be thou not glad when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart rejoice when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it, and it displease him, and he turn his wrath from him. Fret not thyself because of the malicious, neither be envious at the wicked. For there shall be none end of plagues to the evil man, the light of the wicked shall be put out. My son, fear the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are seditious. For their destruction shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both? Hold on. Also these things pertain to the wise. It is not good to have respect of any person in judgment. He that saith to the wicked, Thou art righteous, him shall the people curse, and the multitude shall abhor him. But to them that rebuke him shall be pleasure, and upon them shall come the blessing of goodness. They shall kiss the lips of him that answereth upright words. Prepare thy work without, and make ready thy things in the field, and after build thine house. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause, for wilt thou deceive with thy lips? Say not, I will do to him as he hath done to me. I will recompense every man according to his work. I have passed by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of a man destitute of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns and nettles, and covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Then I beheld, and I considered it well. I looked upon it, and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So thy poverty cometh as one that travaileth by the way, and thy necessity like an armed man. Chapter 25. These are also parables of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah king of Judah copied out. The glory of God is to conceal a thing secret, but the king's honor is to search out a thing. The heavens in height and the earth in deepness, and the king's heart can no man search out. Take the dross from the silver, and there shall proceed a vessel for the finer. Take away the wicked from the king, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. Boast not thyself before the king, and stand not in the place of great men. For it is better that it be said unto thee, Come up hither, than thou be put lower in the presence of the prince whom thine eyes have seen. And that's something else, because that's what Jesus, it's just amazing. I don't know why it's so amazing, because he's God. I just get amazed sometimes. When I read the Old Testament, I see exactly what Jesus was saying, or the disciples, and it's like, wow. It's amazing. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let me read verse 7 again. For it is better that it be said unto thee, Come up hither, than thou be put lower in the presence of the prince whom thine eyes have seen. Go not forth hastily to strife, lest thou know not what to do in the end thereof, when thy neighbor hath put thee to shame. Debate thy matter with thy neighbor, and discover not the secret to another, lest he that heareth it put thee to shame, and thine infamy do not cease. A word spoken in his place is like apples of gold with pitchers of silver. He that reproveth the wise and the obedient ear is a golden earring and an ornament of fine gold. As the cold of the snow in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that send him, for he refresheth the soul of his masters. A man that boasteth of false liberty, or liberality, how you say that word? Liberality is like clouds and wind without rain. A prince is pacified by staying of anger, and a soft tongue breaketh the bones. If thou have found honey, eat that is sufficient for thee, lest thou be overfull and vomit it. Yeah, don't overeat. Withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee and hate thee. A man that beareth false witness against his neighbor is like a hammer and a sword and a sharp arrow. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a sliding foot. I know the broken tooth part here now. He that taketh away the garment in the cold season is like vinegar poured upon nitrate. Nitrate? Nitre? It's Nitre, not exactly sure. what that is. Or like him that singeth songs to a heavy heart. He that hateth thee be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him drink. No, said it wrong. For if he that hateth thee be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt lay coals upon his head, and the Lord shall recompense thee. As the north wind driveth away the rain, so doth an angry countenance the slandering tongue. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a contentious woman in a wide house. As are the cold waters to a weary soul, so is good news from a far country. A righteous man falling down before the wicked is like a troubled well and a corrupt spring. It is not good to eat much honey, so to search their own glory is not glory. No. A man that refraineth not his appetite is like a city which is broken down and without walls. Chapter 26. As the snow in the summer and as the rain in the harvest are not meet, so is honor unseemly for a fool. As the sparrow by flying and the swallow by flying escape, so the curse that is causeless shall not come. Unto the horse belongeth a whip, to the ass a bridle, and a rod to the fool's back. Answer not a fool according to his foolishness, lest thou also be like him. Answer a fool according to his foolishness, lest he be wise in his own conceit. He that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool is as he that cutteth off the feet and drinketh iniquity. As they that lift up the legs of the lamb, so is a parable in a fool's mouth. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. As the closing up of a precious stone in an heap of stones, so is he that giveth glory to a fool. As a thorn standing up in the hand of a drunkard, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. The excellent that formed all things both rewardeth the fool and rewardeth the transgressors. As a dog turneth again to his own vomit, so a fool turneth to his foolishness. See thou a man wise in his own conceit? More hope is of a fool than of him. The slothful man saith, a lion is in the way, a lion is in the streets. As the door turneth upon his hinges, so doth the slothful man upon his bed. The slothful hideth his hand in his bosom, and it grieveth him to put it again to his mouth. The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. He that passeth by and meddleth with the strife that belongeth not unto him is as one that taketh a dog by the ears. Yeah, don't meddle in people's business. Don't do it. As he that feigneth himself mad, casteth firebrands, arrows, and mortal things. So dealeth the deceitful man with his friend, and saith, am not I in sport? Without wood the fire is quenched, and without a talebearer strife ceases. As the coal maketh burning coals, and wood a fire, No, I don't think I said that right. As, I think it, as the coal maketh burning coals, and wood a fire, so the contentious man is apt to kindle strife. The words of a tale-bearer are as flatterings, and they go down into the bowels of the belly, as silver dross overlay upon a potsherd, so are burning lips and an evil heart. He that hateth will counterfeit with his lips, but in his heart he layeth up deceit. Though he speak favorably, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Hatred may be covered by deceit, but the malice thereof shall be discovered in the congregation. He that diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return unto him. A false tongue hateth the afflicted, and a flattering mouth causeth ruin. Chapter 27. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. I'm so sorry, guys. My jaw's kind of hurting. Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. A stone is heavy, and the sand weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than them both. Anger is cruel, wrath is raging, but who can stand before envy? Open rebuke is better than secret love. The wounds of a lover are faithful, and kisses of an enemy are pleasant. The person that is full despiseth an honeycomb, but unto the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. As a bird that wandereth from her nest, so is a man that wandereth from his own place. As ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so doth the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. Thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake thou not, neither enter into thy brother's house in the day of thy calamity. For better is a neighbor that is near than a brother far off. My son, I'm so sorry. Rejoice, mine heart, that I may answer him that reproacheth me. A prudent man seeth the plague, and hideth himself. But the foolish go on still, and are punished. Take his forgive me, guys. I'm so sorry. Take his garment, that is surety for a stranger, and a pledge of him for the stranger. He that praiseth his friend with a loud voice, rising early in the morning, it shall be counted to him as a curse. A continual dropping in the day of rain and a contentious woman are alike. He that hideth her hideth the wind, and she is as the oil in his right hand that uttereth itself. Iron sharpeneth iron, so doth man sharpen the face of his friend. He that keepeth the fig tree shall eat the fruit thereof, so he that waiteth upon his master shall come to honor. As in water face answereth to face, so the heart of man to man. The grave and destruction can never be full, so the eyes of man can never be satisfied. As is the refining pot for silver, and the furnace for gold, so is every man according to his dignity. Though thou shouldest bray a fool in a mortar among wheat brayed with a pedestal, yet will not his foolishness depart from him. Be diligent to know the state of thy flock, and take heed to the herds. For riches remain not always, nor the crown from generation to generation. The hay discovereth itself, and the grass appeareth, and the herbs of the mountains are gathered. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are the price of the field. And let the milk of the goats be sufficient for thy food, for the food of thy family, and for the sustenance of thy maids. Chapter 28. The wicked flee when none pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. For the transgression of the land, there are many princes thereof, but by a man of understanding and knowledge a realm likewise endureth long. A poor man, if he oppress the poor, is like a raging rain that leaveth no food. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but they that keep the law set themselves against it. Wicked men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness than he that perverteth his ways, though he be rich. He that keepeth the law is a child of understanding, but he that feedeth the gluttons shameth his father. He that increaseth his riches by usury and interest gathereth them for him that will be merciful unto the poor. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abominable. He that causeth the righteous to go astray by an evil way shall fall into his own pit, and the upright shall inherit good things. The rich man is wise in his own conceit, but the poor that hath understanding can try him. When righteous men rejoice, there is great glory, but when the wicked come up, the man is tried. He that hideth his sins shall not prosper, but he that confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. Blessed is the man that feareth always, but he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into evil. As a roaring lion and a hungry bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. A prince destitute of understanding is also a great oppressor, but he that hateth covetousness shall prolong his days. A man that doeth violence against the blood of a person shall flee unto the grave, and they shall not stay him. He that walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is froward in his ways shall once fall. He that tilleth his land shall be satisfied with bread, but he that followeth the idol shall be filled with poverty. A faithful man shall abound in blessings, and he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. To have respect to persons is not good, for that man will transgress for a piece of bread. A man with a wicked eye hasteneth to riches, and knoweth not that poverty shall come upon him. He that rebuketh a man shall find more favor at length than he that flattereth with his tongue. He that robbeth his father and mother and saith, it is no transgression, is the companion of a man that destroyeth. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife, but he that trusteth in the Lord shall be fat. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but he that walketh in wisdom shall be delivered. He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many curses. When the wicked rise up, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. Chapter 29. A man that hardeneth his neck when he is rebuked shall suddenly be destroyed and cannot be cured. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people sigh. A man that loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father, but he that feedeth harlots wasteth his substance. A king by judgment maintaineth the country, but a man receiving gifts destroyeth it. A man that flattereth his neighbor spreadeth a net for his steps. In the transgression of an evil man is a snare, but the righteous doth sing and rejoice. Hold on 1 minute, guys. I got an issue. I'm so sorry. Oh, hold on 1 minute. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll just read verse 5 again. A man that flattereth his neighbor spreadeth a net for his steps, and the transgression of an evil man is his snare, but the righteous doth sing and rejoice. The righteous knoweth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not knowledge. Scornful men bring a city into a snare, but wise men turn away wrath. If a wise man contend with a foolish man, whether he be angry or laugh, there is no rest. Bloody men hate him that is upright, but the just have care of his soul. A fool poureth out all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterward. Yeah. Of a prince that hearkeneth to lies, all servants are wicked. The poor and the usurer meet together, and the Lord lighteneth both their eyes. The king that judgeth the poor in truth, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and correction give wisdom, but a child set at liberty maketh his mother ashamed. When the wicked are increased, transgression increaseth, but ye righteous shall see their fall. Correct thy son, and he will give thee rest, and will give pleasure to thy soul. Where there is no vision, the people decay, but he that keepeth the law is blessed. A servant will not be chastised with words, though he understand, that he will not answer. Seest thou a man hasty in his matters? There is more hope of a fool than of him. He that delicately bringeth up his servant from youth, at length he will be even as his son. An angry man stirreth up strife, and a furious man aboundeth in transgression. The pride of a man shall bring him low, but the humble in spirit shall enjoy glory. He that is partner with a thief hateth his own soul. He heareth cursing, and declareth it not. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but he that trusteth in the Lord shall be exalted. Many do seek the face of the ruler, but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord. A wicked man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in his way is an abomination to the wicked. Chapter 30. The words of Agur, the son of Jake, the prophecy which the man spake unto Ithel, even to Ithel and Uchol. Surely I am more foolish than any man, and have not the understanding of a man in me. For I have not learned wisdom, nor attained to the knowledge of holy things. Who hath ascended up to heaven, and descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the world? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? Every word of God is pure. He is a shield to those that trust in him. Put nothing into his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. 2 things have I required of thee. Deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanities and lies. Give me not poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, Who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal, and take the name of my God in vain. Accuse not a servant unto his master, lest he curse thee when thou hast offended. There is a generation that curseth their father, and doth not bless their mother. There is a generation that are pure in their own conceit, and yet are not washed from their filthiness. There is a generation whose eyes are haughty, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords, and their jaws as knives, to eat up the afflicted out of the earth, and the poor from among men. The horse leech hath 2 daughters, which cry, Give, give. There be 3 things that will not be satisfied, yea, 4 that say not, It is enough. The grave, the barren womb, the earth that cannot be satisfied with water, and the fire that saith not, It is enough. Man. The eye that mocketh his father, and despiseth the instruction of his mother. Let the ravens of the valley pick it out, and the young eagles eat it. There be 3 things hid from thee, yea, 4 that I know not. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a stone, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid. Such is the way also of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have not committed iniquity. For 3 things the earth is moved, yea, for 4 it cannot sustain itself. For a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. For the hateful woman when she is married, and for a handmaid that is heir to her mistress. These be 4 small things in the earth, yet they are wise and full of wisdom. The promise, a people not strong. Is that what it is? The premise? Pismers? I'm not sure what that is. Maybe someone can help me out. Pismires. I'm not sure what that is. A people not strong, yet prepare they their meat in summer. The conies, a people not mighty, yet their houses is in the rock. The grasshopper have no king, yet go they forth all by bands. The spider taketh hold with her hands, and is in kings' palaces. There be 3 things that order well their going, yea, 4 are comely in going. A lion which is strong among beasts, and turneth not at the sight of any. A lusty greyhound and a goat, and a king against whom there is no rising up. If thou hast been foolish in lifting thyself up, and if thou hast thought wickedly, lay thine hand upon thy mouth. When one turneth milk, he bringeth forth butter, and he that wringeth his nose causes blood to come out. So he that forceth wrath bringeth forth strife. Chapter 31. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy which his mother taught him. What, my son, and what, ye son of my womb? Oh, what? No, I said this so wrong. What, my son, and what, ye son of my womb? And what, O son of my desires? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways, which is to destroy kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink, lest he drink and forget the decree, and change the judgment of all the children of affliction. Give ye strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto them that have grief of heart. Let him drink that he may forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open thy mouth for the dumb and the cause of all the children of destruction. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and judge the afflicted and the poor. Who shall find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above the pearls. The heart of her husband trusteth in her, and he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax, and laboreth cheerfully with her hands. She is like the ships of merchants. She bringeth her food from afar, and she riseth while it is yet night, and giveth the portion to her household, and the ordinary to her maids. She considereth field, and getteth it, and with the fruit of her hands, as she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She feeleth that her merchandise is good. Her candle is not put out by night. She putteth her hands to the, I want to say wheel, but to the wear, and her hands handle the spindle. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor, and putteth forth her hands to the needy. She feareth not the snow for her family, for all her family is clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself carpets, fine linen, and purple in her garment. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth with the elders of the land. She maketh sheets, and selleth them, and giveth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor is her clothing, and in the latter days she shall rejoice. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and the law of grace is in her tongue. She overseeth the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also shall praise her, saying, Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou surmountest them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vanity. But a man that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Praise God. All right, brothers and sisters, that concludes Proverbs. Not exactly sure what book we're going to go to next. I'm not sure. But God knows. So until then, Keep your eyes on Jesus, brothers and sisters, and your nose in the book, which is the Word of God. And let us embed the Word of God upon the tablets of our hearts, so you and I will not sin against God or be deceived. Have a beautiful day.